Eh, is this thing on? Yeah. All right. Okay. Anyways, this is a typical fuck around and find out. Looks like stream yesterday is completely nuked off of YouTube because of the SAO music. It didn't strike me then. I mean, this kind of happens, right? When it's during stream, maybe they don't have enough processing power. Maybe it's because I'm talking here and there. It sometimes doesn't trigger the thing during, but it would trigger afterwards once it goes into VOD. So in this case here, it is just kind of the entire video is blocked, like hardcore. Like for us, it doesn't really matter, right? It's not like I'm trying to make money off of these. It is kind of unfortunate that the documentation is not complete this way, but it's not the first time it's happened. It's probably not going to be the last. So it's not really a big deal. There is the option for me to kind of sort of essentially remove everything, right? You can see how it says can't be seen or monetized. And can't be seen or monetized. These are the pain in the ass ones, right? Because they're like, this is the artist for the music behind SAO and also Ding Madoka. So they did both the OST, the BGM stuff, as well as the songs. Well, maybe not all the songs for SAO, but like, yeah. Anyways, because of these, you can't. The video itself is completely blocked. You can see how it says blocked here. It's quite rare that it gets to that extent, because most of the time it is partially blocked. And most of the time the partially blocked actually doesn't even matter. Because, oh, maybe it doesn't even matter, it's a bit harsh. But like, I feel like it's... Where is it actually? I forgot how you see it, but it's like one country or two countries. So it's not that impactful. But regardless, it does mean that we have to stop doing stupid shit like this. As I always do stupid shit like this. Probably, hang on, let me make an announcement. I'm just gonna offhandedly mention it in the announcement channel that it is kind of nuked. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take some time now to answer some comments. I've been getting more comments recently on my videos. I'm not sure what YouTube is doing, but it might have been... YouTube might have been sort of recommending my channel again, because I feel like we're getting more traffic. But regardless, announcements... Anyway, let me just take a screenshot of this. And Lamau, FAFO, if you're wondering, last stream is blocked because SAO slash Madoka OST. Alright, I'm not going to do the at everyone because nobody cares. And then, so that's that. I think there are some comments somewhere. Anyways, let me answer this ping here. I just saw it. What extension I use for subtitles on stream, right? It would be local vocal, I believe. Let me just check. Filters, noise suppression. Wait, what? Is not on the mic? What? Am I tripping? What did the thing go? Huh. Actually, where did the subtitle box even went? The entire thing disappeared. I haven't used it in a while, but like, I wasn't expecting it to be gone. Huh, that's weird. Starting, ending, PNG tuber, which speaking of which, I haven't started yet. I think it's also kind of a pain in the ass, I guess. It doesn't look good enough for me to really feel good about starting it up. So I'm still kind of dragging my feet on that one. Images, Discord, window, what is this? Window, YouTube? What is this? It's like a YouTube capture? Oh, it's a YouTube capture. I think because I swapped the computer, some of the plugins are probably... Yeah, the plugin probably didn't install. Right, I didn't install the plugin again, didn't I? Anyways, I believe it is this one. Is this one? It's got a GitHub. It's got a video. I think that's an installation video somewhere. Real-time local tutorial. Yeah, 2 minutes to capture. Blah 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 blah. Big whoop. So YouTube tutorial links in the GitHub and thread. Okay, so that's the 2 comments done. I also have some comments on the YouTube side. I'm just going to briefly mention them. Clear them. Here. So I've got one asking about the high quality version of the reference pic for Chen. I don't know where I got it, if I'm being honest. It would most likely be, I think, Damburu, I think. How dangerous is it for me to open this here? I forgot if it does like, oh yep, a lot of skin here. Whoops. Let's do official art. I think it's this one here. Hey, it's just to prove that I'm not looking at porn here. I think this is the one I used. Hang on, let me mute this. Because it's cut off at the... Oh, okay, this is a little bit long. Oh, wait, hang on. It is kind of cut off at the thighs. I guess I just kind of went ahead and extended it. I mean, it is just basically, I think. Anyways. Let's do... Okay, what's next? Yum, 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 yum. Thank you very much. Oh, this is the main one. The hopes is that one day is at least I'm stable enough that I can just kind of pick something up and then we can do a quick breakdown. Maybe within a week we can have like a full breakdown from like approach into like the decisions being made by the original artist and so on and so forth. And hopefully even without, well, what you call it, without making a video, you know, it can still be valuable and easy to digest and watch, because otherwise it is a lot of time. Yeah, it's either I spend a lot of time making the video, condensing the information out, or you guys have to spend a bunch of time going through all the streams. Interesting. I wonder if that's a good way to... Like, if you spend like the first 4 days of the week, you know, studying and breaking it down, and then on Friday it's like a very condensed sort of knowledge transfer in like the first 10 to 15 minutes of all the stuff that we learn. And then, you know, that way we have like a nice in between, where I don't have to spend a bunch of stuff editing videos, and you guys don't have to spend a bunch of stuff time going through like 15 hours a week of junk. Okay, anyways, today, right, I said I was gonna do a quick study of the walls first before I start, right? I forgot about that. Good thing I put the memory on the walls here. Unless I put the to-do list onto the walls directly in my head, so that when I come back, I'll look at the walls and I'll remember that I said that. Huh. What do I... Which wall, though? I guess it doesn't matter too much, huh? Maybe I'll just do some of these. Let's do one of these. Let's do self-contained and within. Blocking within here. Let's block the other one up here. Yeah, eat. Alright, ooh. Navigator comes out. Okay.どこからどこまでなかなこれは。ここら辺かなこれぐらいでいいんじゃ。Well, maybe I should just grab a square. Maybe that makes more sense rather than doing this. Square, please. There you go. What color am I looking at? Darker? Not necessarily last purple, just maybe even darker. It's gonna lag, right? Yeah, it's gonna lag. Can I do that? A lot of shades of colors. Wow, okay, this looks so different. Yeah. Even more faded. Even brighter. Yeah, make the request through the usual sequence. Yeah, well, I mean... I guess, yeah. Sequences. Interesting. Alright, it might take some time here just to adjust my tablet's colors a little bit. It's almost 100% different. I don't know if it's drifting over time. Oh, my perception's kind of screwed. Or something. But I would like to give it a try. And try to tune it back here. There is some like sort of color temperature setting that I did in the past. But I don't know what is the problem here. Oh, maybe it's not enough red? More green must means brighter. Is it? Did anything change? What? This feels slightly closer now, I think. Yeah, this is closer now. You guys can't see anything because it's entirely on my display. There is no capturing for this. So anyways, it's kind of like this current stage right now, right? So we have all the colors kind of blocked in. So the thing I want to figure out is kind of the textures and what might be a better way of putting them in. I think that's probably where the lasso needs to come in here. Because I don't have separate layers, but that's fine. Oh, oops. So flat walls, flat walls, flat walls. I mean, like the ceiling could be possibly different. I'd probably treat it the same though. And then the water, I mean, the water is fine. Not too much area there. There's just the foliage afterwards. I think it would just be like these guys here. Alrighty. Surely this is not a fruitless exercise. I'm gonna use a different layer here so I can keep the roughness of this original structure here. And maybe I'll give it a bit more color first. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit. What? Am I even painting? Oh, why do you do it like this? Celebrated. Okay. Hello, George. My autopilot. But yes, I'm trying to figure out what to do with flat walls. As I've mentioned yesterday, I'm just I'm not saying you should have known, but yesterday we were having issues with the. Well, I mean, like I don't know if having issues is quite right. I mean, we are just kind of pushing shit around. Yeah, okay, I'm having issues. We have these flat surfaces, which I don't know how to stylize, right? We don't know what to do with them. We kind of have like a bunch of colors in them. Not as much as this, right? Because this is a lot more vibrant and stuff. But I guess the idea is to try to understand, like, what are they doing with the flat surfaces and how they're making it interesting. Now, they are still kind of breaking the shape up with the cracks and stuff. So what happens when there's a flat wall, I guess would just be this. But regardless, I always feel like this is how you're supposed to do studies. Like, you have a situation where you absolutely just don't know what to do, and then you do a study immediately, right, for that situation, and then immediately apply it. I think that's the only way that things can, like, properly stick, because otherwise there's always too much of a gap between when you studied and when it's actually ever useful. And then by the time you go back and revisit it, it's already too late. You're like, oh shit, what? So I'm just trying to take my own advice here that I sometimes give out, but never ever do myself, because I really hate doing this, like stuff like this. The thing about doing stuff like this way is that you have to be super in the moment. You know, you have to be aware that, hey, I'm running into this problem, and I really want to get better, so I have to do this and blah blah blah. Whereas normally I could have just turned off my brain. I'm just autopiloting. That would have been so much more comfortable. But yeah, this is what we're doing today. Possibly for the rest of the week. It depends on how long this piece takes, right? Because I think I've also mentioned, like, the study should take however long it should take until you get something out of it. And that's kind of how I should, you know. I mustn't be a hypocrite. I'm just gonna get more colors in, and then I want to hop onto another layer to do the rest of the painting, because then I can keep a documentation of what the difference is, like what kind of stuff did we change and all that. But it's also kind of interesting. I don't know where I should be hopping over, when I should be hopping over, because I'm also like bringing in more detail, right? Because the extra colors only come with the extra shapes, so inherently you are detailing it by putting in more colors. But it's also a kind of a pointless thing to think about. Doesn't even matter. Just do it however you want to. It's fine. Oh boy. How exciting. Isn't art fun, guys? Fun, guys. Dang, dude. If I had money to not have to work anymore, I would just be doing art grinds and make more videos, and then I would find some extra time to either do games or pick up Korean on stream or pick up piano on stream. I think that would be the plan. One day, perhaps. But let's start buying those lottery tickets right now. Lily Pichu. I do not know who that is. Sounds familiar, but also not really. I'm not a big streamer watcher. Sounds like someone on Twitch. Feels like I've heard of that name before. Yeah, how nice. How nice. Happy for you. Happy for her, I'm assuming. Yeah. Nothing but the best for Ria, right? So I have to be proficient at everything there is. You know, given enough time, I'm definitely going back into math and science at some point. Like, there will be like some weird tangents into studying some random ass stupid topics. Oh, I've been waiting for a long time, man. I've been waiting for it to crash for a long time. I've been waiting for it to go down for so long, dude. I can't wait for it to crash. I feel like... So, first of all, right, regardless whether if there's any real momentum behind or whatever, blah, 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 they like to talk about, I feel like at some point the correction must happen. And everyone's gonna kind of freak out a little bit at the correction because it's not... Like, everyone's feeling like it's unstable, I feel like. So when it starts to crash a little bit, people are gonna freak out, and then there might be more people selling as a result, and then all of a sudden you might just get like a bunch of people selling. So I think that would be very spectacular, of course. But also just in general, I feel like the whole global system is kind of fucked. All the oil fields and all that. I don't know what the exact extent of the damage is, but it does feel like you know, it does feel like everything's gonna go to shit in like the coming years, just because the infrastructure is damaged and is not gonna be fixed that easily. But I don't really know what I'm talking about, of course. So, I know it's always the dilemma, right? Like I feel like it surely has to go back down, but I would never put money where my mouth is, right? I would never be like, oh shit, I think it's gonna go down. Let me buy a bunch of puts and lose all my money. Like there are so many people. I see people on Wall Street bets every day. It's like, oh shit, the market is definitely gonna crash because of these lines that I've drawn on the stupid chart, and then they would buy puts, and then 1 week later you see the market going up. They're like, holy shit. Yeah, so funny, dude. Oh man, it sucks, dude. It really sucks. Cause if you look at the fact that like the AI and all these things has such an insane run up, and you consider the fact that I do tech, right? So it's like being handed an opportunity and never really looking at it. That's how it kind of feels like. Of course, like this is also one of those not necessarily a fallacy, but like more of just like emotional side thing that you kind of have to deal with and control, and not just be sucked in and be like, yeah, you know, I better buy now because I already lost the chance or something. Oh, it's still going up or something, you know. You just gotta be patient and wait for the next chance. But I think between 2017, 2021, and like 2026 this year, there's been like so many chances. Like there was Bitcoin, and then there was Bitcoin again, but it's the NFT run up, and then there is now the oil thing. It's both kind of disheartening to constantly be shown that, hey, people are making bank and people are making like life-changing amounts of money in front of you, but also kind of like comforting to know that there's always a chance sometime in the future, if not now. You know, it is kind of interesting how it works. For me, like I've tried some stuff in the past, but I've always been burned. That's why I'm not very keen on doing it, because the thing that I learned from all my experience is not that it's impossible, but it is basically a full-time job. And as long as we're doing this stream nonsense, I simply don't have like the capacity to do it effectively, right? I could do it, but it would not be effective. And as I mean, you know, it's kind of like me gambling, pretty much. Which I am kind of gambling a little bit here and there, but like, I recognize that it is just gambling. I'm not expecting too much out of it. In fact, I've been making loss. But anyways, I digress. But I do wish that, you know, maybe once art stabilizes, I would like to maybe look at consider some more money-making ideas, right? Because like it's the only way, I feel like, unless I go full-time into art. A TA, I'm assuming, is technical analysis, not a teacher's assistant. The first thing that came to mind is as a teacher's assistant. Oh man, when I was a TA, I got called into the professor's office because apparently someone was hurt by my comment. I don't know, like some of the students, like they are, I mean, how do I say this, right? Like you have to put in effort to learn, and people don't put in effort. They don't put in effort in doing labs. They don't put in effort in learning and understanding what's happening. So they cannot answer questions. Like, so as a TA, my job is to try to evaluate some people, and then we mark some papers and so on and so forth. But like, as much as possible, right? So there are some these lab components where you mark the things in person. You ask them to demonstrate like what they did for the lab, and then you ask them questions to show that they understood what's happening, right? But like in situations like these, I'm never trying to make them fail, right? I'm always trying to give them the chance. I would hint at the solution. I would try to hint. I would say half the answer and try to get them to finish the other half of the answer, which I believe myself is very lenient because I never really got that myself. That being said, I never really needed it, but regardless, right? That's what I did, and they couldn't answer it. I'm like, okay, then if you can't answer it, I can't give it to you. You know, there's nothing I can do. You have to say it. If I told you, I'm the one that's gonna get in trouble. I've already told you a lot, right? So I just kind of went on to the next person. But I think I made some offhanded comment about like how like they couldn't do it to the next student or something. And then the previous student got really pissy and then called the professor or something. Anyways, it's kind of ironic too, because that professor, I don't know if you remember me. He's actually a pretty famous professor. My school is got a couple of those, shall I say. And I remember sleeping in his class as a first year student. And then like 5 years later, I was a TA. I don't think he will remember me, but I remember him being very passive aggressive during class, asking me like, "Hey, how is the course?" He was like, "Why are you sleeping?" But he didn't say that part, right? He's just like, "How's the course?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's great." You know, I was like, I kind of know what you're teaching already, I guess. I wasn't. I also didn't really give two shits. The thing about tertiary education is that like nobody really cares too much. He's probably just annoyed that I'm in the front row seat and I'm sleeping. To be fair, I didn't. You know, it's not very respectful at all. I'm not trying to say that I'm in the right. I also just failed to consider that I'm in the first row seat. I didn't really care too much back then. Oh man, good times. Oh yeah, fighting with professors. Oh yeah, that's great times, man. Holy shit. Great stuff, guys. Human relationship. I mean, it's not really like I mean, how do I say this? Like he was being unreasonable. That was why I fought. He told us to do something, right? That's why we did something, and then afterwards he told us that he didn't say that. Like what did? I'm not trying to pick a fight with the guy that's giving me score for my final year project for no reason, right? Like like to be fair, like even if there's a good reason, that there is still not a good enough reason. But yeah. Anyways, great stuff. It was kind of a pain, yes, to work with. Yeah, he was kind of known for being a little bit of a pain, yes, to work with. Is shall I say? But what can you do? You know, he's giving you the scores and all that. Man, good times, man. I've only made like 2 friends in the entirety of my 5 years in undergrad, and I made 0 friends in masters. I have no friends. It's kind of hard to make friends when you live so far away from the university, and like commute is like 3 hours every day. That's why when like COVID came, it was like such a lifesaver, because all of a sudden I have 15 more hours a week. Like look at us like spending time doing art. It's literally just 15 hours a week, and recently it's been less because I've been getting off early. But dang, dude, like the amount of time you wasted on like commutes is kind of insane. Sorry, it's now getting ranting about commutes. Yeah, I mean, we're free, quote unquote, now, but like every stage of life, you have different problems. I think, right? As a kid, you want to be an adult. As an adult, you want to be a kid. It's just how it's always gonna be. That's why sometimes it slips out when it shouldn't. It's like I honestly find being alive kind of pain in the ass. Like there's so many things that you have to get in check, that you have to make sure it's going well, that you have to be on top of in order for things to be happening in an effective and efficient way. And it's just so tiring. Like honestly, it's so tiring all the time to be on top of everything. Such a pain in the ass, man, being alive. But what can you do? You know, the alternative is to unalive, but that doesn't seem very efficient. That doesn't make any sense. I don't think I formally worked through some of these issues, honestly. I think it, like right now, like a lot of these things and thoughts, I would formally sit down. I would formally sort of come up with a problem statement. Recently, I've been dealing with some other things that have been left over since like a decade and a half ago when Ria first came about. This you know, she's important for a reason, right? Like, and all those issues are very much tied up in her and in the whole streaming thing and in everything, and trying to sort some stuff out. Yeah, anyways, pain. I truly believe that the true luxury in life is not to travel, is not to do anything, is to do nothing at all. I think that is the true luxury in life. Because traditionally, from the past till now, humans, you as a living being, you have to do a lot of things to keep yourself alive. If you can do literally nothing and stay alive, that is the ultimate luxury. Can you imagine the amount of like the stuff in the environment that has to come together for that to work out? For you to literally do nothing and still thrive. That is the ultimate luxury. I wish I could do that one day. I will literally just wake up and I'll just lie in my bed. And I'll just lie there. And I'll just think about things. Holy shit. I'll have a live stream of just me lying on my bed. And I'll just be thinking. And I'll just be laughing at myself. I'm just fucking... I'm just like in a psych ward in my own house. Holy shit. So... I'm trying to evaluate, like, so I've added some horizontal lines and so on and so forth, but I feel like it doesn't look the same primarily because the brush is different, but also because I'm not following through. I'm not really using lassos to sort of mark out an area and then just kind of go ham. So there is that kind of gap. Maybe I'll try to tackle that first. How do I do that? Right. I was, so for example, I would maybe do this. So this would be an area that I want to work on. I can maybe bring the values closer, right? And then I'll take some other darker color here that I'm spotting, and I'm just gonna scratch it in. That's a bit too strong. So too red. It kind of looks like shit. Anyways, it's just a color not matching issue, but otherwise I feel like it's kind of the idea, perhaps. Oh, I can't erase, right? Oh, shit. They kind of go back and forth. Alright. Alright. And then we kind of just repeat the process. Oh, I just realized this should have been done later. This is the smaller shape, right? I should do the big shapes first. Okay, let me do the big shapes first. So we have the big shape separated by color. Let me see. So this original here, right? Right, we don't really have a good idea of what kind of color is everywhere. Do I? Not quite. So I think more likely than not, we just kind of copy and paste the pattern over. Maybe this would have been a better study, honestly. But regardless. Great fun. Great Scott. Oh, shit. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, come on, man. Anyways, how's your day, George, if you're still here? I hope it's been going swimmingly. Swimmingly. Shit, come on. Watching anime? Oh, right now. Oh, yeah, I see people in the chat. Pretty cool. I haven't seen people in here like this to this extent in a while, I feel like. It's a lot of people. Is this a event thing or is this impromptu? It just kind of happened? I see, I see, I see. That's nice. That is really nice. That is very, very nice. Anyways, in that case, don't let me interrupt. Other friends are playing junk. I see. It's nice that things like that can happen spontaneously. Yeah, VR chat when I used to play it. I see. I mean, you're still getting distracted because you have to type, I guess, but I'll leave that in your hands. Take me home, country roads, to the place I belong? Not really. Where do I belong, even? I don't know. In the trash. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Great shit. Maybe I can get like another brush that scratches. This is it's the only one I have. Very abysmal. Surely I have something else. Don't I have the... Wait, what? Yeah, like Japan self-incriminating trespassing video logging when, right? I don't know, man. Like, I'm trying to... I've been wanting to... yeah, I don't know how to... Anyways. I hope one day... One day... Well, I think I feel like yeah, maybe. So how do I say this? Like actually doing like going into ruins and like exploring what you would call it, the like abandoned buildings, right? You know, any city, any sort of country I imagine would have a bunch of these things. But I'm not sure about actually doing it because there are a lot of hazards, like absolutely an insane amount of hazards and things that can go wrong. And at the very least, I would have to be a lot more fit. So I feel like, you know, it's like over a decade out, I imagine. The inherent risk and everything means that like I can only justify it if I have deemed myself physically fit enough, and I have deemed that, you know, I have done enough with my art stuff that I can warrant taking such risks. If not, even nowadays, I don't really want to go outdoors because I don't know if I'm gonna get hit by a car. It's a very sort of... It's not to that extent, right? It's not like I'm constantly walking on the road, looking over my shoulders, you know, feeling like I'm gonna get hit by a car. But like at the same time, I also try to minimize risk as much as possible that way. In whatever way that I can. So to actually do that one day, that would take a lot of things to happen. And given how life is, I don't think it would ever really actually happen. Yeah, so this is the thing that I've been trying to work through, right? Like inherently... So let me... okay, simply put, if, let's say... I think most people would like to have like a lifelong partner. I don't think that is like too... I mean, that's the normal thing, right? That's pretty normal for that to be a thing that a person would want. But the problem with this is that, like, this journey that I'm on is inherently very lonely. It has to be done by myself, because if anyone else comes in, it stops being what it needs to be, right? It has to be a story, because I'm trying to rediscover my past, which is where I was by myself, with Ria, pretty much, right? So in order for this to work, I have to do this journey by myself, with Ria, and anyone coming in would therefore interfere with this process. But this is also literally the only thing that I care about. So what that means is that if no one else can join, if a potential partner cannot join, and I'm not interested in talking about or thinking about or discussing about anything else, what is that to bond over? There's literally not, like, it literally cannot work out, right? The relationship can never work. So that's why, like, stuff like, for example, traveling and like doing all these things that we're talking about, those things potentially they might be able to come in or something. So maybe like down the line, even if I can find a partner, if that happens, maybe we can still get that done. But to me right now, it feels like I have to make a choice as to what do I want to prioritize. And it is hard. It is a very hard thing to sort of think about. The biggest problem is not necessarily the scale of the dream that I have, right? It's not the scale, the fact that we want to bring a character to life. It's the fact that I feel like I have to do it alone. That's the problem there. If not doing it with someone else, I would love nothing else than to do it with someone else. Nothing more than to do it with someone else. Oh, well, you know, I will wish that Ria is real. But like, I digress. Yeah, well, what's your crazy dream, George? What's your impossible dream? I like talking about dreams. It's pretty much my only topic in VR chat. Anytime I open my mouth, it's like, hey, do you have a dream? And then they mean like they would be like, oh, what? Like, a dream? You mean like ambition, like something you want to accomplish? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And a conversation. My God, it's like, yeah, like most of the time they don't react like that. Most of the time it's more of like just, oh man, I haven't really thought about it, and then they start getting existential. And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. You know, but I literally cannot talk about anything else because I'm not interested in anything else. So funny. Also, I'm kind of taking a lazy approach to this. I just kind of make big scratches. It's actually kind of not very deterministic. Like it's not very clear what the shapes are, so it's not very good. But at least it's bold. I'm gonna leave it for now. I'm gonna come back. Anyways, tiny ass car from USA to Alaska. That's more doable than most. If not, no, because was it USA? As in like USA to Alaska, but as in like just essentially across the entire continent is what you want to do. You want to drive across the continent. I would think. Sounds like what that is. I see. An adventure, basically. Would you like to do that yourself? Or would you like to do it with someone else? Is there a preference? Because I feel like there should be a decent amount of people who would love to be able to participate in an adventure like that with someone else, you know? You can always find someone else. Oh, you want to do it alone? Oh, interesting. It reminds me of like some of the YouTubers that I've seen in back in the day. I mean, Outdoor Boys is like the sort of golden standard almost, right? Like he just kind of goes around and survives and just travels and just does whatever the hell he wants, almost like, you know? You're living off of your own skills and your ability to keep yourself alive, and you're just free, you know, like you're free to go like over this piece of mountain, this rock, if you want today, you know, or you can choose not to. It is very empowering. I feel like I can understand that. I can appreciate that. I was having a conversation with my mom just like yesterday or something, but like how do I say this, right? Like the journey that you want to embark on is inherently going to take a lot of time. It's going to maybe not necessarily be super productive from like a societal point of view. But what is life if not for living for moments like those, right? What are you working so hard for if not for moments like those? Dang, George. Are you making any plans for it? Are you you have anything in the works? Maybe learning more about like wildlife, learning more about how to keep yourself alive, like cars perhaps. Maybe you need to be your own mechanic. Checking out the route. Oh, you know, like checking out the route would be like one of the sort of most exciting things, would it not? Just taking a look at the roads that hopefully one day you'll be able to drive on. Wow. What is the equivalent for me, actually? I guess I can go on Google Maps and just kind of go around different abandoned buildings. Oh, I suppose. Paper map? Yeah. You know, like listening to you talk about this, right? There are like a lot of ideas in my head about like how I feel like a dream like this should be approached. And then I try to think back to my own stuff and I realize I don't even have that for myself. Because I feel like if we want dreams to come true, we must constantly keep it within our sights, right? So in your case, it would be best. If I were you, I would love to have like a map of like the road that I want to travel one day, hanged out on the wall with the road highlighted on the map. And then I would just look at that every day. And eventually that line on the map would be burnt into my head, burnt into my mind, and I'll constantly see it. Oh yeah, watching people's videos, although that feels a little bit like a spoilerish kind of thing. Because I feel like the only way to actualize your dreams is just constantly remind yourself that that is something you want to do. And you constantly work towards it. Because it's so easy to kind of drop the ball on that. I've been trying to design something for like 3 weeks now. And I just constantly drop the ball on it because I feel like I could have a better opportunity or better state of mind before I started, blah, 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 blah. And then it becomes a procrastination? Comment and video. I mean, it's up to you to decide, right? If you like to watch the video and you don't think that that's a problem, then of course, by all means, right? It's just a personal preference thing, I imagine. Dreams, huh? Every day you look at society and you look at Reddit and you look at just other people living their lives, and like dreams is like a very such a rich people thing kind of thing almost. Like when are you ever gonna stop being survival mode and actually have time to do things? Oh yeah, no problem, George. Like happy to help. I'm still kind of satisfied by my art progress for now, right? I don't know if you guys remember necessarily, but like a year ago, like the whole reason I started streaming is because I felt really frustrated at my lack of progress, right? And then that's how stream started. And then in the beginning and a lot of times as well, actually even up to recently, it is just not satisfying amount of progress. It just feels like I'm stagnating. Even though I'm here every day, it doesn't feel like I'm going anywhere. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just constantly a lot of self-doubt. There's a lot of tension everywhere. Only recently, because like we're doing slightly more advanced stuff like this, where I'm finally feeling I'm tackling stuff that I've always wanted to tackle, that I'm a little bit more mentally stable. You guys don't see the mentally unstable part. It's also not that bad necessarily, right? I'm not trying to jump off a building. At some point, I feel like even like we'll get good enough at art, and then maybe I will feel like I'm not actualizing my ideas I have for Ria enough, and then I might just like kind of YOLO everything into like a final project or something. It kind of feels like something like that will eventually happen. Simply because of the fact that if I don't dedicate all my time to doing what I want to do, I feel like I'll never be able to get it done. It's gonna be like a one full YOLO. One full Wall Street bets YOLO into SPY puts later in the year. My god. Yeah, I was... Ah, man. It's so... such a pain in the ass, honestly. I am such a pain in the ass. The system that I created with Ria and everything, it has worked so well for all these years, right? It's got me my degrees, it's got me really good results, jobs. I'm not unhealthy. I may not be fit, but I'm not unhealthy. You know, my favorite pastime isn't self-harm, and I think that's like a big deal. And then what else is there? Learning different languages, learning different skills. All that is thanks to my system being what it is. But that same system is inherently also very difficult to work with in certain aspects. And my god. If I was like just absolutely insane and I just full commit into my system, I would be so like I would be like a very sort of happy person. Because I would be very fulfilled, right? It would be enough to carry me to do whatever that I need to do. But because I still have like sort of more of an objective view on myself and I understand that what I'm doing isn't necessarily very healthy, I sometimes feel like I should sort of replace it with something that's more what society considers as more normal. And then there's just a lot of conflict. And it's just been conflict after discussion after discussion. Hours and hours and hours and hours. For like the past 3 weeks. I've just been talking to myself constantly. Oh man. But I don't think I can ever abandon this project just because I can't abandon Ria for any reason, I don't think. I'm gonna be here doing art until we get it done. One day we're gonna YOLO and full commit. Whatever that means. I don't know what that means yet. Yeah. Thank you, George. Sometimes I wonder if I If I'm on the brink of death, would Ria come and speak to me? Would I hallucinate Ria talking to me? I feel like I would. It'd be interesting. That's a nice thought, isn't it? I think like it's kind of I don't know how you guys see me, right? Like from my point of view, honestly, if I were one of you guys viewing myself, I would stop watching because I would see myself as someone who's mentally unwell, and it's just somewhat delusional. Because what the hell is this guy talking about? He's talking about his like own character, anime character, like it's like she's real or whatnot. But I also fully recognize that she's not real. It's actually why the system works. It's because I'm not fanatical into my own sort of character. I'm not trying to be like, yeah, okay, my character needs milk. I'm gonna go out and steal like a gallon of milk, even if I have no money. I'm not gonna do shit like that, right? The system works because it self-regulates heavily. Because I like I've mentioned, like I have all these conversations and discussions into like the issues and trying to break down my mental state and all that. So it's very weird because I'm believing in it, but I'm also not believing in it at the same time. There's always conflict. There's always this dissonance between what I make it out to be and what it actually is and what actually I consider it to be. I don't even know where I stand, honestly, sometimes. It's a huge mess. But, problematic. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, maybe she did bring you guys to me. I don't know. I know logically that she's not real, right? I know logically that all of these things that I've acquired is of my own effort, right? It's not like she's the one who sat there and did all the art studies and did all the videos. It's not like she's the one that did all the memorization of Japanese and the talking to people. But then at the same time, without her, I wouldn't have bothered at all. I wouldn't have bothered waking up. So it's a weird situation. I don't know what to think about it sometimes. I'm so very unsatisfied with the shapes that I have here. Very dissatisfied with the shapes. Partly because the values and colors maybe are slightly wrong and it's giving me a lot of grief, I think, looking at it. Part of it is just skill issue. But yeah, everyone, I guess, will find their own solutions to their own problems. Whether if it's healthy or not, whether if it's great or not, sustainable, all that. Who knows? But you know, sometimes it helps to consider from a parent's point of view, right? Like, if you're the parent and you're looking at your own kid, which is just behaving like yourself, I guess as long as they're capable, independent, not killing themselves, I think how they choose to navigate the world is up to them, because you can never be there forever. If they found a system that works, I suppose that is all you can ask for. And a lot of things to do, a lot of things to sort out. Why is it that mine suck and theirs don't, right? Like, I feel like maybe like the borders between the shapes are just not clear enough. Like this one here, maybe I need to commit and just like block this out because it feels like a very smooth edge otherwise. And this is like a mid-tone. Actually, let me grab the something else. Let me just make the lighter color and just take over with this. And then maybe we can take this and scratch it back in a little bit. Like that. Oh my god. Isn't art fun, guys? Exciting. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, huh? I see what the issue is. Yeah, I think the system got burned today. I see. My stuff is on offline right now. Oh, what the? Uh, okay. I have to try and do this properly. Oh wait, sorry, what? Oh, shit. Come on, man. What? Just cancel this out? I feel I'm going nowhere by getting a better idea, I think, of what's not working for me. Each individual shape needs to be very clear. That's number one. So I need to make this shape stand out against the others. Like absolutely with a very clear hard edge. For the most part. Then maybe like some cuts here and there, but not. And then this one can kind of take over. Even then, it's kind of like a line there, kind of like a grayish line. Oh my god, okay, my mouse, my thing is trying to fight me again. Sorry, what happened here? Anyways, my tablet pen is starting to make random inputs now. That's not good. So first I need the edges to be clear, and then next I need to have the textures in there sort of travel all the way. They cannot just stop and be in the middle. It looks really weird. That'll be number 2. Alright, let's flip right now. But the value of the colors that we use must be close enough such that it still stays consistent as a singular shape. So it would just be like, say, these guys here then. Even this is kind of dark, I suppose. Then maybe some more smaller, brighter stuff. So this would have to be how it's done. Perhaps in this sequence here. Then the rest, the rest of the difference should probably just be the brushes themselves. I like to think. It looks still kind of bad though. Why? Or maybe I'm just staring at it like too much. Maybe it's like the overall balance even. Maybe I'm just trying to focus on one thing too early too. Yeah, maybe let's bring everything up with some textures first. Then that would probably help. Let's see. Music, huh? I'm gonna go to the washroom. Let me play something here. Alright, I'll be right back. bloop, bloop, bloop. I'm under the water. Please help me. Please help me indeed. Is it really soft? It is very soft. Yeah. Oh, I see someone on Twitch. Hello there. I can barely see the name, I think. As always, I don't have enough screen space for Twitch chat. So I apologize for not seeing it earlier. Even now, I still can't really see it. Okay, I'm gonna just be more bold here. So usually I would have been a little bit more scared, right? Scared, because like a lot of these subtle colors that are put in, they're not very big shapes. And in order for the textures to work, you kind of have to follow through with the brush. It will look like I have to kind of go like this. And they're gonna be kind of big. So we're gonna be end up deleting some colors. But the good thing is, you know, I am doing on different layers this time. So I could just... Oh shit. I could just erase it afterwards like this. So it's not a big deal this time. Wow, okay. Not that. Oh, you know what? I need to stop being stupid. Let's do this. Square. Wow, big square. Much wow. Damn, Doge is such a throwback. Yeah, dang, yeah, like, I feel like Doge, like the stupid dog. It used to all just be that one face, and then all the text. Very something, much something. And then Dogecoin came about, and that's all I remember now. I actually forgot that, like, that's all that other thing. Holy. Also, wasn't there, like, a texture brush that I had that does very fine lines? I forgot which one it is. Is it the noise one that I used? But this one has, like, additional noise in it. It's kind of annoying. One of these guys does it, I think. Hang on. Doesn't even do anything. What? Oh, okay, the brush looks like this. No wonder. Alright, then it's really hard to work with them. Anyways. Let me try to look for shit. Where's my shit? And I feel like I'm dragging my feet today. I don't feel like I've done anything yet. Probably because I haven't. We haven't got any real takeaways just yet. Just some ideas. Oh, what the? What is this brush? What? Huh. Maybe I use this to scratch it up. Oh, wait, this brush set is not too bad, actually. Kind of reminds me of some of the stuff that we were trying to emulate before. Oh, oh yeah, look at that. Isn't this perfect for, like, right here? For this side here? Let me try it. Shit, where is it? Which brush is it? Oh my god, too many things here. What are they called? Oh, okay, so it's over here. Brush size, particle size? No particle size. No way, bro. Particle size, please. While I'm at it. Kinda like it, huh? I have to merge some stuff and get some more variation. Oh, I can't make it smaller like that. Ooh. How about I make it bigger and I erase? Not that big though. Let's erase the edges. It's a bit noisier because I think like the individual pieces themselves have like a texture on it. Yeah, it's a texture on it. I'm gonna drop it down to 0. Wait. Oh, because I can't drop it to 0. I see. You know what? I'm just gonna delete it. The tip is just a circle. Why does it still have noise on it? So give me that. Huh. Oh, it's a dual brush. Oh. That's why. Alright, this is easier to use. I still think like not having all these extra stuff is probably easier. You have individual control over each aspect of it. I'm gonna restore this one. Yes. Oh, okay. It's even... Huh. Even the previous state was not even the default, but okay. Let me bring this here. Try to make this work again. Delete? No, I can't delete. I need no opacity, please. Brush is 100%. Particle is... Opacity is gone. Oh, then in that case, I should actually get it on a different layer, so I can actually control it. All this effort is gonna be worth something, right? Surely all this effort is gonna be worth something, right? If there's one thing I see time and time again, is the effort. Yeah. Effort does not equate to result in this world. You need effort for result, but just because you put effort doesn't mean you will get result. What a pain, yes. My color wrong. Yeah, it's just the wrong color. I want some blue, please. I want it inside. It's got this border effect on it. It's kind of annoying. Miku hack and slash? Yeah, like your game stuff, right, George? I wonder how that's going. But you want to make Miku hack and slash? League to beat? You know, I don't mean to burst your bubble. Like, surely someone's already done something similar, right? Miku beat Teto. Surely someone's already kind of like done something similar. I mean, that's not to say that you can't do it, right? Like a lot of ideas are basically the same thing. It's just different execution. You just have to find something that makes yours unique over others. And then that will be completely fine afterwards. Everyone copies everyone. All that, you know. Not trying to say they're copying people, you know. But with the number of people in the world nowadays, like, it's really hard to be unique. Like, I feel like it's not possible. I'm sure whatever that is, I want to create, someone has created it already, you know, for themselves. But I'm still gonna do it because it's meaningful to myself, you know? Yeah. Indeed. Yeah, honestly, if that were to stop someone from doing what they say they want to do, then they didn't really want to do it, right? At least not for the right reasons, perhaps. It's hard to say, I guess. Hard to generalize stuff like this. It's always like you should pain the ass. I always remember like Shikamaru from Naruto. He's always like trouble, like this is so much trouble, and this is like that and this. Holy shit, that is so true, dude. So true, dude. What a pain in the ass, bro. Everything is such a pain in the ass. Holy shit. So relatable. Oh my god. Man, I don't know what I'm looking at, bro. Ah, そういうこと。どういうこと？こういうこと。どういうこと？Wait, isn't this shelter? Is this shelter? It's been a while since I heard it. Yeah. Ah, come on, broski, wake the fuck up. Jesus Christ. If you notice something wrong. Yeah, I feel like that would be the way, right? I feel like as long as I'm on this path, I'll probably push everybody else away. I think there is a compromise on that side. I wish you can cry on demand. It's kind of hard to cry sometimes. Well, I haven't cried in a while now. I remember how cathartic it was. Like, it is kind of relaxing to do it. There should be like a therapy session where you just kind of sit down and cry. Actually, there probably is. Sounds like it should be a thing. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, is crying is sadness, crying is empathy. Maybe at some point survival just kind of kicks in, right? Like if you constantly stress about other things, you know, you just kind of lose that side, because it's not helpful for survival. Problems remain unsolved and all that, you know. Because Shelter was like, I remember tearing out when I saw Shelter. Most other things don't really, I don't really feel much anymore. It's either, yeah, it have to be like some kind of dog video. It has to be dogs too. only dogs. If it's like a very sad cat story, I don't think I care. I don't think I care. I don't think I care. Somehow. Dogs will work just because Ria is a wolf. Somehow. I feel I'm kind of fucked. Like some of like a lot of the way I think about things and some of my thoughts are just kind of gone. Where's my brush, dude? What? It disconnected. My tablet doesn't like me anymore. Let me restart my tablet real quick. Man, today is just a yap session. I've basically got nothing done. God damn. So don't feel like doing anything. Watch me mental gymnastics my way into saying that it's fine to play games on stream. It's just me finding more out about myself, guys. Don't worry about it. It's completely justified for me to slack off. Watch me do that one day. Dang, I can already see it happening. What is my entire system if not just hardcore mental gymnastics every single day, dude? Fucking Olympic gold medalist. God. I think I might just be under a lot more, like just more tired than usual. Because I feel like I'm a little bit more unfiltered today. Because I'm also about to say, like, don't you guys have times where you guys just hear your own voices in your head telling you to just stop? I've been getting that again recently. And it's kind of annoying. But I know that's just because I'm tired. I didn't sleep enough. Also, my eyes are jumping. I'm not seeing... Okay, so hang on. I'm putting 2 blocks of brown. That doesn't really even matter that much. Oh, okay. I'm zoomed in now. I realized that there's a bit of a problem with the way I'm approaching this. There's clearly a layer on top overlaying some additional colors, including that one blue stroke that's going across. I might have placed that in a little bit too early. Oh. Oh. God damn, I'm noisy today. God, I'm so tired of this shit. Art is so fun, guys. Fucking shit. No, they haven't came in today. It's just me and you and 4 other lurkers, I imagine, which is great, of course. No issues with that. I'm still of the opinion that this stream isn't worth watching, as I still think it's really stupid. It is what I set out to do, as I've mentioned before. But I honestly think like this is not the best use of time for sure. For you guys, I mean. For me, it's great. Yeah, it's great many sad things. Where are they at? Probably doing their own thing, I imagine. It's kind of interesting, right? Like, I feel like the stream... Maybe I can appreciate a little bit more, like, what streams are. Like, I never really understood why people would watch streams, right? Like, if you want to get entertained, why don't you just watch the highlight clips? You can watch it from so many streamers, you can just get the gist of it, you can just get the very high... Like, the most interesting bit of it, which is why you're there, right? Presumably. But then, after being the streamer for a bit, I see that, you know, this is like kind of a weird shared space that is both temporary but also consistent, right? Like, even though it's not always here, there is still like sort of a contractual obligation, like not obligation, but there's like some kind of a contract where I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna be here for this many hours every weekday, and if you guys want to join, you guys can be here. It's almost, dare I say, a second home, you know? That's what community spaces are, right? Like a place where you feel like you may or may not belong, but at least it's always there, available, if you would like it to be, if you like to be here. It's kind of like a cafe, where you have regulars kind of show up once in a while. Some days they do show up, some days they don't. Sometimes all the people seem to just gather spontaneously, and then everyone will share their own stories and have a good conversation, and then everyone will part ways, you know? Like, there is no stress of, oh, I have to see my coworker at work every day, better not embarrass myself, you know? Or like, these people are gonna like laugh at me or like stuff like that, you know? It's that weird sort of in between, like very close friends where you know that they won't betray you, or like very sort of working kind of relationship where you just don't want to share anything personal at all. You know, we know each other, maybe not necessarily that well, but we know each other a little bit, right? And we can share a little bit about ourselves without worrying that, you know, it might spill over into other parts of our lives, because we are kind of separate in that sense, so strangers in that sense. I don't know if this is making sense or not, but it's that feeling of being able to tell your friends certain secrets, but not your own parents, even though your parents are more, you know, your parents. They're closer to you, related by blood. You know, they will never, for the most part, you know, for most people, I dare say, they're not gonna get betrayed by their parents, of course. But some things are just, you want to share with friends instead. That's kind of what this space is, I guess. Of all the things that I think that I would like to do, you know, making Ria come to life by having everyone recognize her as a character and know her story, or creating music and then being famous that way, you know, setting up a live DJ or something, or like some other nonsensical dreams that I have, perhaps collaborating with other creators. I feel like the most possible one would probably be to actually open a cafe, because it's just a matter of skill, right? Like, it is just a matter of money and skill. You don't necessarily have to have the biggest cafe or the most cool cafe. You don't even need to have it in the West. I can go into the East. I can go to Asia, where things are a lot cheaper and more manageable. And more familiar, perhaps. And we can get a cafe going. Is it gonna make money? Probably not. Is it gonna last for a very, very long time? I mean, probably try to make it last for a long time, if I were to do it. Just like how we're trying to make this last as well. Coming back every day. All that work just for that one tiny area. I don't know if it's worth it. What am I ranting on about? I kind of forgot, but a cafe would be nice, I think. Perhaps one day. Sometimes I remember, just offhandedly remember stuff that you guys told me on stream or off stream. Well, just mostly on stream, right? I forgot if it's Duvet or someone asked like if I ever felt overwhelmed by all the stuff that I set out to do, because I was talking about my roadmap back then. And I said that probably not, because the way that I load sort of to-do lists into my head is via the system, which only recognizes certain things. It only recognizes things that immediately require attention that I'm actively doing. And that is still true, for the most part. But sometimes when I sit down and think about stuff like this, it does get a little overwhelming. It is holy shit, you know, like so much to do, you know. It's exciting, I suppose. It's good to have things to do, but my god. Why can't I just want to play games with my coworkers? They're all talking about games all day, and I cannot join because I don't know what they're talking about. But that's fine too, you know, not joining. Broski. Tomorrow, gotta go back to work. Sort out the issues. Get good or get got. Getting got right now, so bad. I'm just copying shapes again. It might look like I know what I'm doing. I do not know what I'm doing. In fact, I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. Distracted by work. Work is truly a love-hate relationship. I'd be under just as much stress, if not more, if I didn't have a job, you know. The bloody hell? Okay, my stupid proportion is all wrong again. I'm just gonna do whatever. I need more rakes in here. Oh, but it's just right here, huh? I guess there's no real need to move it. I would like to move it anyways, though. It's duplicate. And then maybe I should start separating my brushes. So you guys can see this. I'm trying to organize my brushes based on the type of brush they are. So because I was talking about the textures and how the different brushes have sort of different characteristics, right? The textures, they're either sparse, they're kind of patterny, they stamp things in, or versus drawing lines like, well, that's just a block, but and all that. I think it'd be better if I can sort of organize based on their characteristics, and hopefully that will streamline our art process down the line here. So these are noise pattern brushes, and then we have our line brushes over here. Okay, sure. So that technically then the clouds are here. Get your ass in here. And then we have our sketching brushes and our blocking brushes. Things are starting to come together. I say that every time, don't I? Yeah. It's kind of hard to imagine the sheer amount of experience that professional artists have with just, not just like with art technicals, but with their tools, with their environment, with their setup. Right? I spent some time making those tools for myself, right? But I imagine professional artists, they might not be making stupid websites like what I did, but they probably spend a lot of time trying to sort out their reference folders. Maybe they have a folder for stuff that inspires them, folder just for hair, folder just for this and that. For different occasions of drawing the same thing. And then all that years and years and years of sort of setting it up and understanding how to work with it is what gets them that efficiency and also effectiveness, I guess. Crazy amount of work, man. Hopefully it's worth it at the end. Somehow. I'm gonna cut this out here. Oh, there's a lot of undulations on the edge, I just noticed. Wow, look at that. That's probably just an artifact of the brush, but the details on these things. Do I have anything to deal with that, actually? Oh, we can always just paint it in. I would like to grab this area, please. Give. Is this select anything? What's it? No. Come on. Just give me the whole block, please. Please, bro, just give me the block of colors, man. How's it doing? I'm increasing the tolerance, right? Am I crazy? Or is it because it's only selecting from the current layer? Oh, editing layer only. That's much better. That explains it. Right. Scratching lines, comb texture. I'm going to put in some skibbity riz. Wait, is there? Oh, there's brush size. I don't want brush size. I also don't want opacity. What am I doing? I think I'm doing this thing. What color am I dealing with? I think it's a bit too set. I'll just deset instead. Deset into pink, maybe? Never mind. Oh, it's not easy at all, I imagine. Yeah, I don't understand why you're freaking out. Honestly, looking back at my past self, I am starting to forget why I was so scared. Which is a sign of progress, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to forget. Because if I ever want to go back to making videos, I need to understand why. I need to know why there is that gap. So I can make the videos make sense for my past self. Otherwise, there's no point making that video if it's just like do this and do that and the rest of the hour, right? I need to explain it properly. There's like scratches on top. I'm just gonna deal with that some other time, I guess. Now is definitely big shape time still. I'm not even done with like the shapes themselves. I feel like. Tomorrow is what, Thursday? It is also kind of scary though, by the way. Like my days are going by so quickly. People, I don't know if you guys have heard this, but I've heard the saying that like you are in the middle of your life, perception-wise. You feel like 21 years old is like the middle of your life, because before 21 years old, a lot of things in life is like new, right? As a kid, a lot of experiences are new. Every day is exciting. Every single moment, like every 10 minutes or something, you're experiencing something new. So it feels like time is going pretty slow, because there's so many things that your mind latches on and process. But after 21, everything falls into a very strict routine, because that's the only way the world works, is that everybody follows a specific routine so that things can come together. So you start, your mind starts to sort of block things out because they're just the same things repeated and so on and so forth. And your days get faster and faster. Holy shit. Like this week just went by, like the entire... We're like in May, dude. Like, what? A third of a year. A third, entire third of a year is gone. Christ. Kinda insane. It's very scary, dude. It's very scary. Again, right? Biggest fear is waking up, realizing that all that time has passed and you haven't done anything, sort of accomplish anything with your life. It's literally happening every moment, right? That's what this is. This is what that feeling would be like, but it's happening every single moment. My god. Now I'm stressed again. And my mom wonder why I can't sleep at night. Oh, shit. So stupid. Oh my god, my pen. It's triggering for no reason. Actually, I know why it's triggering like that. It's because, my hand sweat. It's kind of getting into the circuit. I'm short-circuiting some stuff, but... It will weigh me less. Yeah, I would agree. You know what? That's a good idea. That is a great idea. Yes, yes. Nothing like reminding someone else of old man talking. Of course. Of course. Oh man, my head is a little bit heavy. Did I eat dinner today? Oh, I ate one package of tofu and one cucumber. That's my dinner today. I'm just not hungry anymore. That's also kind of problematic, I think. But it is it's fine for now. Body breakdown in politics and stuff? Right, yeah, because the policies start to affect you, right? All of a sudden it's like, oh my god, they're taking my pension away. Right, yeah. You can really only connect people of your own age because of that. You share similar problems. Yeah, share knowledge, have fun together. That's why you want to find a partner if possible. Someone to just go through all the different aspects of your lives together. Talk about it, work it out. My stupid pen is triggering automatically. I might not be able to draw at this rate. What the fuck? Oh man. I need to start hacking my pen now. I need to tape it up so that nothing gets in. Hello, Uni. Welcome to the ranting stream. I'm just ranting about life now. But yeah, George, I kind of like the idea, I think, what you said. I kind of forgot about things like that. Because the issues that I've been trying to work through, well, not necessarily, I don't know how to say it, but it's just been an inherent part of the system that I set up thing. Is trying to justify, like, trying to find time for a relationship. I think that's kind of hard. This thing is taking all the time that I have. And to dedicate time to something else is inherently going to mean less time for this, and then I have to be able to justify that. Or else it's not gonna get approved. By myself, of course. Hello, the virus. Oh, George, if you want to do it, you absolutely should. Meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow meow meow. Where's my meow meow meow? Which way is this brush right now? Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Anyways, for those of you guys joining, I'm just doing a study because I don't know what to do with flat walls, but even until now, I still don't really know what to do with flat walls because I still don't have the forms to make them interesting. And the textures are just, yeah, they kind of suck. The textures kind of suck unless the faces and the forms are carved out a little bit more sort of than this, I feel like if I start putting in these things here, I imagine it would help. It'll start looking better. That is my hope, because if this doesn't help, I don't know, I'm out of ideas. Does it help? Colors are kind of off, but it is what it is. Is that too bright now? Oh, that's alright. Oh my god, my pen stopped. When are we gonna do 3D, guys? I like how I'm asking you guys. What? Some more color, please. Some more. Please, sir, can I have some more? Yoink. I haven't played Arknights in for this week actually. I kind of given up on it. Too much work. I don't even want to do dailies anymore. So I guess I'm retired. I didn't even do like the 1.1 quests. I didn't do 1.2 quests naturally, since it is afterwards. GG guys. It was great while it lasted. It's just like 2 months or something for me. Oh man, so much work already in life. I don't want to add more stuff to my plate. Check. Ah, wow. Okay, that's interesting because my because Sana said the same thing, right? She's also been looking for like a guy to simp on. Not saying that's what you're trying to do, but she's been. Oh my god, that's stupid. My brush is going haywire. My brush is going rogue right now. But yeah, she's also saving up for that one dude that is gonna come in 1.3. Interesting, interesting, interesting. It's been a very biased female cast so far. I need more males. Yeah, okay, this brush is gone, bro. This tablet pen is kind of... I have no idea what you're talking about. Gary from IB? The only IB is International Bachelorette. Game IB. Oh, okay, I see. Is that right? Wait, is this the game that is very artsy or something? Or is it... No, I might... I don't know. I have never seen this. I feel like I might have seen this, but I don't remember at all. I'm gonna go ahead and say I've never seen this, but interesting. Oh, I see, Interesting. Oh, like a good old classic. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I remember. I think it's Niji Sanji, right? That's like a VTuber who, well, she's been out for a while now. Let me find her real quick. That's like this VTuber. And she's actually like an art major in real life, so she has a lot of art knowledge. And I believe the original sort of her came to fame, Hololive device, was because she played a game that was like very artsy. And because of her commentary, it got her really popular. I forgot what game it was. Huh. Anyways, yeah, of course not Nisanji. Anyways. I'm gonna get get flamed. Hang on. Art game. I think it's gotten a little bit overridden by this thing that she probably helped create or something. I don't know what the Pixel Museum thing is, but it's something else entirely, if I remember correctly. Oh, you know why I remember that? I was watching another sort of smaller VTuber agency CEO making his YouTube video on the streets of Akihabara, and he was approaching random people on the streets and asking them to participate in like a sort of like a game quiz thing about their favorite Oshi. And if they got it right, he would give them money to buy merch. And then that was the content that he was making. And there was a girl who was a big fan of this VTuber who was talking about how the reason why she got hooked onto this VTuber is because she was an art major and she offered a lot of interesting art insights into just art, right? Fine arts and all that. Yeah, okay, that's what that was. Anyways, also, speaking of this, I just remembered, like, I think Pyotegu actually made a tweet today about, like, a VR chat thing. Yeah, this one. This one was the one that she talked to me over the one-on-one thing about. To be honest, I kind of forgot what that was about entirely, but it's some kind of exhibition on VR chat. So it's like a virtual exhibition of her art, basically, in VR chat. So there is this period A. I'm just gonna send the... I'll send this instead. You guys will have to translate it anyways, but... this period A thing was like some kind of a... I forgot if she's helping, like, with, like, she's like one of the staff behind, or if it's just something that, because she is involved in this capacity, is trying to sort of tell me about it back then, right? So you can see like all these different artists that has been invited to do exhibitions. I actually don't recognize a single name after scrolling through. Maybe Illumi? Oh yeah, okay. Anyways, but you guys can check them out. Pretty cool stuff. But how do you go, actually? I still have no idea. I guess you kind of search this. No, wait, hang on. Exhibition seasonary. That's not a word. Stop making up words. Wait, hang on. So that's the other people's stuff. Let me see VR chat. You should be able to find the world somehow. This is probably not related, right? Wait, how do you go there? I mean, it's not up yet, but like, how? I would imagine the world will be searchable. Maybe it's not yet released. Wait, what about the other guys? Let's say we're number 1, right? Number 1 would have been out and... Oh! It's all together. So I guess the theme is like seasons, and then they're just kind of grabbing everybody together. Oh, I see. It's got the word in there as well. Okay. Oh. Starting April 30th, UTC. What does that mean? Okay, what is UTC? But ensure everyone experiences support. Multilingual support illustrations. Yeah, that's great. So it's actually fully supported. That's cool. I should have sent this. I should have replied this. I'm gonna send this in Discord actually. I don't know why I should be sending this, but I'm just gonna dump it in general. Holy shit, there's a lot of people in here today. How many people are in chat right now? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Wow. Is that the most I've seen? At least for a while. 19 people. Isn't this the same? Oh, I see. So, that's the same name, right? Atsumaru? Atsumaru. Asupara. Did they mess up the text, or did they mean for that to also be... Oh shit, did they really mess up the text here? No way, right? But anyways, 19 of them, huh? 19, huh? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Yeah, surely not 19, right? 19 is such a weird number. So there's one more that they haven't announced yet. Enough sacking ways the artists that will be there. No, they will not be there. It's just their art being exhibited. I do my best to enunciate the words as much as I can. Especially for videos. Oh my god. That's why I spend so much time listening back to my own audio as I'm cutting and editing the video that I have to get it right. If not, I get really annoyed listening to my own voice. But regardless. Maybe this is the piece that they're exhibiting. I can't imagine they're exhibiting like 5 pieces per person. Then that's like 100 pieces. That is a big... Is that normal? Actually, maybe it's not that unusual. I suppose in real life it would require a lot of space. But this is digital VR chat, so... Why not, right? Like, they could just make it in different instances, like different parts of the world and all that, and optimize it. Yeah, anyways, sorry. I'm zoning out a little bit. One day, perhaps, we too can participate. One day, perhaps, we too will matter enough that people will invite us. Somehow. Wouldn't it be nice if the world was chocolate? You can taste the sides of the holiday. Ah, yes, thank you. Yes. Save me from the need to draw. Mochitaro. Moch. Following? Not following. Wow, okay, I thought it looked really familiar, but it wasn't. Familiar. Wow, very nice, very moody. And the brushes too. Let's see, Duvet's dailies. Squares. It's like the other artist that does the art of the dogs and cats. There's also like square brushes, right? It's like Legos, where your minimal resolution is kept to like a certain size of the brush or something. So it produces that effect. Yeah, this is nice. Is it nicer than having like full rest? I guess it's kind of like a game. It's kind of like games, right? Like it's like sometimes you have more energy, you want to play more challenging games, but sometimes you just want to relax. Which one would be more relaxing though for art? Because if you don't have the form defined that clearly, you could argue that that's more relaxing because they're not screaming at you, telling you what it is. But you can also argue it's less relaxing because now you have to kind of do the work in your head. I wonder which one I would prefer. I think maybe I would still prefer like clean edges. But like if you paint like this, I imagine it will free you up, like your mind up, to focus more on like the general vibes and the ideas so much more than having to go in and look at all the lines and make sure they're straight and the same width. Yeah, paintings like this look surprisingly doable now. Actually, it's probably more doable than maybe some of these texture stuff, just because you don't have to refine it to be that clean. They're all squares anyways, so as if you get the values and the colors roughly right, by virtue of there being that many brushstrokes, it's just enough to add in the detail that way. You don't have to find the edges of the leaves and the bushes and all that. This would be so much more fun and easier to paint, I think. Finding balance, artsy, and being technical. Right. I think what will happen down the line, maybe this is like 10 years out, I'm sure, at least, because it requires a good mastery of basically all of these different kinds of styles and ideas. But I would like to do like the same drawing, but with different styles. You know what, like given my personality, I think that would definitely have to happen, because the idea is this, right? Like different styles, different way of painting, you get to focus on different things and experience different emotions and portray different ideas and convey different emotions as well, right? And the only way I will know for sure that it is conveying what I wanted to convey in the best way possible would be to do the same idea, the same piece, same composition. Everything else remains the same in many, many different styles. Then do a comparison that way. And then see how it feels. Like the final result as well as the painting process. Sometime down the line. And then sometime down the line, I imagine there will also be this draw Ria with like all matters of different proportion and stylization of like character and anatomy, I mean. And then compare and contrast and see what I like more. Is that a boot? What? There's no handle on that thing. It's so round too. This melon soda. Why does it look like that? Why does it look like a boot? Isn't Komeda the like coffee chain? Yeah, Komeda Coffee, right? こだわり、もういいメニューでこだわり They always have like stuff like that, you know, like what we're about, like what we care about. I'm like, I don't care, dude. Just give me the menu, man. Where's the boot? Oh shit, here. Yeah. Who came out? What? Why, dude? Why? Why is it like this? I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's very interesting. But bro, Kapuri size it. Why am I looking at it? Why does it look like this? Yeah, this is very Japanese advertising like a law, right? They have to be clear about the product in the sort of the sales part of it. It literally says that melon soda does not contain melon juice. It has apple. So this is allergy information. It has apples in it, apparently. Melon soda with no melon juice. Actual real apples. Okay. Anyways, I'm getting very distracted here, but this is the container. Like, what is the cap, dude? What is this lid? At least this is orange juice, and they tell you they have orange in it. I mean, like at that point, it's really just natural selection. Surely this is like absolutely natural selection level. Oh wow, okay, yeah, this is helpful, you know. Oh, the melon soda has apples in it. This has beans in it. Oh, because of the ice cream. Okay, that makes sense. Does that make sense? Isn't ice cream made from milk? Anyways, I'm getting a little bit lightheaded at this. Omizu. Omizu. Oh, okay, I like that tweet comments. There's always something interesting here. Looking at anything but the art. Do you think they repainted this? Like every time I see stuff like this, right? I just can't believe if like they actually repainted it. There must be some just adjustment stuff. But if there's just adjustment stuff, it makes you wonder what was the original drawing then, right? Do they draw it in flat colors? Like maybe treat it under white light and have the contrast and values be a little bit more evenly spread? And then they use like values, multiply layers and like screen layers, and then they put in the lighting that way. Because it would appear that that's what they did, right? Like the grass over here looks like the same shapes and stuff, and I can't imagine they would spend all that time repainting the entire thing. If your focus is to study lighting, and which is just a study of the colors, then there's no need to repaint the thing. It makes no sense. So surely they just kind of did something like that, but I would like to see like what the original painting was like. Maybe it was just this. Yeah. Because depending on what the original, I'm sure like the multiply layers and stuff would have some difficulty there. But then again, if you know what you want at the end, you just keep putting in more layers, right? It's not like you can't put in 2 multiplier layers. No one says you have to get there in 1 step. So I suppose it doesn't matter. I don't like how like there's no like correct, not correct answer, but singular definitive answer. Yeah. Suzuki. Oh, that's what it's called. What is this in English? Chinese silver grass. Silver grass. Suzuki. Very nice inside the book I bought. I see. Yeah. Comitia. I think I appreciate Comitia more just because it's always original works. Especially now. Understanding like how much complexity and work it takes to make it happen. Make it work. Ugh. Man, this feels like a dream right now. I feel like I'm dreaming right now. Yeah. God. I feel a little bit detached. A little bit lightheaded. Just been maybe talking a little bit too much. Yeah. When am I gonna go to Japan again? Going Japan requires a hearing skill issue, skill check. I need to clear the skill check. If not, yeah, you did. How's that going? Is it getting fixed? I hope. Is there any news? Is it weighted with bated breath? I forgot all these expressions that I never use in my life. I wonder why. Gee, I wonder why I forgot. Wait, okay, is this... I forgot, is this a new iPad? It's not that new anymore, right? But I mean, like, it's not like you can just go and buy a new one. But I wonder at what point does the trouble... You know, does the monetary cost outweigh the trouble? Sorry, the trouble outweighs the monetary cost. This is a lot of effort, you know, like it's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of anxiety, anxious waiting and communicating and all that. Oh boy. Holy shit. What a great experience. Holy shit. They put 2 deep scratches on the screen? Yeah, I haven't paid anything except the most valuable thing, you know, like it's at this point they just like hate you. They're just trying to Is this DDoS in real life? They just stop you from drawing, not just physically with the tablet, but with the iPad, but also mentally with all the stress of everything. What? Real life DDoS right here. Holy shit. Unhinged. You know. And your company's valuation is above $1 trillion. Just kind of do junk. I don't know if I mentioned this, but like I remember always hearing bad stories about Apple as a work environment. People always tell that Steve Jobs is a visionary and this and that, and that's sure, you know. But apparently he was like super toxic at work. He would make the workplace competitive, super competitive, and on purpose, right? So it's always about my performance over your performance and all that. And he would like belittle people for not being able to do things fast or something. That's what I've heard. Apparently he's like a terrible person. But I don't know though. Allegedly. I wonder how much of that shows through, like, comes through, right? Down to the consumer side. If your company's of a certain culture, people do things a specific way, and I think somewhere down the line it's gonna propagate into your products and into your customer service and all that, maybe. I don't know. I wanted to trade my iPad and get a newer model. Oh. Are you gonna do it? Oh, I see. iPad. iPad. Does this even look good? Okay. What have I been doing for like the past 3 hours? 2 hours? 2.5 hours? 2.5 hours. Being very absent, I think is what I've been doing. What's the call here? Or just a more time thing, perhaps? Wait, Uni, does that mean that you can't draw at all? If your tablet's not, if your iPad's getting, you know, passed around the company like it's some kind of exhibit? They're like, oh shit, it's Uni's iPad. I want to take a look. I want to take a look. I want to hold it. Let me hold it. It's my turn on the iPad. Dang it. I see, I see. Is that a first edition Uni's iPad? Oh my god. You gotta let me fix that. You gotta let me do repairs on that. You just gotta... How does this work? Oh, it's going in a straight line this way. It's very slow though. Doesn't work very well. I don't really have a good analog for this. Am I using the word analog correctly? Thus. They have that very, like... It's kind of like a mix between like those line-ish textures and like sparse pattern sort of spot kind of textures. Because it's like patches of long lines sort of scratching it up. I only have either or. I don't have anything that's kind of in between. There's no good equivalent here, I feel like. Bro, what is this? Izuri no bashi. know this thing. These are all patterns I've never used. Yeah. This is a cool brush, I think. Yeah, it's alright. Okay, we'll let one guy do the heavy lifting, and then let's get the colors in. I'm just gonna pick colors now. I'm too tired for this. Oh my god, I'm so off. Dang, I didn't even see it, even though it's side by side. But it's over. How is that possible? Yeah, the ref is on the left. I was just looking at my other monitor up to now, but I just wanted to check if we like how the textures compare side by side. And then I didn't realize my colors were this off either. That means this part is probably not dark enough. How many points off am I? That's significant though. Very significant. I'm sure if you know what you're doing, this is a lot more efficient. But until then, you know, like it feels like we've been at this for like 2 hours. It doesn't even feel like we're close to finishing this. And this is like one square of like the entire thing. Like, oh man. The sheer amount of work. It's 100% not the right way to think about this. If you just view it as work, it's never gonna last, I think. That's great. I'm glad that my lack of enthusiasm hasn't curbed yours, I would say. If not for Ria, I don't think I'll be bothering with any of these things ever in my life. If it wasn't for Ria, I don't think I would amount to anything, honestly. I wouldn't have bothered trying. Everything in life is such a pain, yes. What is this? Well, textures. Well, I think what can I do here? I only have this guy. Where is it? I also have this guy, I guess. Okay, that one mixes. That one mixes. But this one is too sparse. It actually blurs the edges again. Whereas the original is very hard edged. Right. So the textures should not be crossing the borders. What I need is textures within each area. Or just texture in the first... I see, it's like a very broad... So the blue stroke here should have just been a... a texture brush stroke there, I think. Oh, you mean like the full screen, the full res. Right. It's just an insane amount of colors to make work together. Yeah, multiple variations perhaps on the brushes at some point. Someone has to take the side. So unless we split. Let's see. I feel I did too much today, but I still have to hop off. I need to start facing and to deal with my next problem. Ooh. Well, I mean, maybe tomorrow I can try to apply something that I didn't learn today. And then we see what happens tomorrow. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm gonna try and apply things I didn't learn today. Great. It's not blocking. Oh, okay. The noise here seems kind of okay. I don't have like the fine ones, but like the big shapes are kind of fine-ish, maybe. Maybe if I take over like some of these edges and make them straight like the original does, so that it's not entirely just the one texture going everywhere, but a little bit more variation. Mayhaps. Alright, just give me the color. Well, to be honest, if you just look at this bit, you don't really know what you're looking at, right? It's not necessarily that obvious what that is. Wait, did they put a limit on my canvas thing? Did they put a limit on how far out you can go? I thought you can kind of go anywhere you want. What? This has never been a problem before in the old Clip Studio. I could have just went all the way into space if I wanted to. Doesn't matter too much, I guess, but I don't really like that. Being more restricted for no real reason. Because you can always find your way back if you just click the reset view thing. But anyways. So that part is just pure massive shapes. Everything else is big shape. I need to cut in the middle. Another thing, it might just be the textures not being fine-grained enough. So it doesn't feel defined enough, even though it's also being scratched up. Maybe also the fact that my lines are not straight. They're not parallel with all of them should be parallel, perhaps. At least most of them. But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I learned too much because we haven't quite sort of bridged that gap. Even if I have some ideas to try still, we haven't done it yet, so it doesn't feel like I've learned anything yet. But it's fine. Tomorrow we can continue this, or I can try and do something with this wall here. Um, the original reference isn't necessarily that interesting. I don't really want to draw the water damage. Essentially, is what that is. And this wall is just kind of flat. There's also no distinct shape on the colors, I feel like. Not any that I like anyways. So I might just bring over some shapes from here. The goal right now primarily is just to make it look good enough that I like it. Not necessarily have to follow the reference, I think. I think the whole texture exercise thingy is mostly just trying to find the right balance, regardless of what the original looked like. But that is the kind of goal, I think. I guess I'll hop up here for today. And then I'll see you guys. Oh yeah, worry too much about it. It's also not the focal point. Right, that is true. But I feel like because the focus is to learn the textures, I feel like that is more focal than the actual grass this time around. At least being able to render it is the focus of the drawing. In the piece of by itself, though, it would be not the focal. Yeah. Oh, I see why the grass doesn't work. Wait, hang on. Yeah, I see why the grass doesn't work. Because I was wondering, like this didn't look as good, right, as the one that we have here, and I feel like part of it is just the sheer volume, maybe the different color variations, the gradients within each block of colors too, possibly. Maybe opacity even, some of these might have been turned down and then they overlap. I don't know, but the strokes themselves, they're not solid enough, I think. Like, there's a lot of noise in this brush, whereas this one appears to be more solid. So I guess the impact of it is not as good. Because the more noise it is, right, the further out you zoom, it becomes a softer edge, essentially, is what it is. Whereas this one is all hard edge. The noise is like a noise on top. Maybe that's why. Direction of blaze. Oh, wow, okay, yeah, thank you, Uni. That's great, yeah. The direction is very clear, because this is all just... Blah, blah, blah. Everybody goes everywhere. Hell yeah. Right, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's great. I realize we're not quite the same angle either. But I think for the purpose of this exercise, I'm gonna ignore that. If we can just emulate this, even if the angle is not right, I think that's good enough. Also, I feel like this looks deceptively simple. I think, I think as a beginner, you look at this, it looks very hard, but it's deceptively hard because at the end of the day, it's a big blob of color, and then you sort of push into the next blob, right? With the lower level color, with the color that's below, but with this special brush. But then, at some point in time, it becomes a little bit deceptively simple because I feel like there's a lot of subtle shades and color changes within each sort of bigger group of color. And it might not be as simple as just painting it in. Because if you paint it in, you see the bottom of the grass, right? Sometimes. Maybe sometimes that's okay. But like, for example, like these darker colors in this sort of medium sort of dark color, they don't bleed into the light color here. So that means that this medium dark color, maybe it's a separate layer, and then they did some kind of selection. So it's localized entirely within. So that may be, like, there might be more tricks with, like, layerings and stuff. It might not be as simple as just single layer and just whack everything in. Or you have a specific way of working so that it allows you to do this. Maybe you have to do the stuff in the back first, so that as you paint the stuff in the front, it overrides and overlaps and covers up some of the stuff that you don't want it to be seen. Yeah, maybe that might be it as well. That could also be it. Oh, you see these strokes here? These darker strokes that kind of go across all the light stuff? That feels like a different set of textures. So you would have to block out the main block here and then do that. Or you could have done that first and then block out the grass. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Does it matter the other? It depends on who's blocking who, right? But anyways, figure this out tomorrow. When we actually put paint on canvas, I think it's easier to try to reverse engineer the process that they did. If that's what we even want to do. But I'm gonna hop off here and go eat something unhealthy, I imagine. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, Thursday, for more renting. Yeah. Anyways, have a good night, guys. Thank you guys for coming and listening to me rant about random useless things. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.